Chargers fans, hold on tight, because things are really heating up in Los Angeles. The team's training camp has barely begun, and we're already seeing twists and turns, impactful performances, injuries, debuts, and even explosive trades that could completely change the course of the franchise in 2025. In this special coverage, you'll learn everything down to the last detail about the preseason highlights, Najee Harris's fate, the arrival of a new name in the backfield, and the surprising behind-the-scenes move that could bring one of the NFL's greatest pass rushers to our roster. It's behind-the-scenes information you'll only see here. Subscribe to our channel here and turn on notifications because you won't want to miss a single detail. Do you want to see progress? Then get ready for a story of overcoming obstacles that is catching the attention of even the most skeptical NFL analysts. Quentin Johnston, the Chargers wide receiver who faced heavy criticism in 2024, arrived in training camp flying. Yes, fans. After a lackluster rookie year and much questioning about his ability to justify his first-round pick, Johnston decided it was time to respond in the only place that truly matters, on the field. And he's not just participating, he's dominating. In just 4 days of practice, Johnston has scored 3 touchdowns, 2 of them explosively in Monday's practice. Justin Herbert connected with him on 2 highlight reel plays, a 58-yard bomb to rookie Trequezie Bridges, and a 25-yard TD in the red zone, where Johnston beat Nico Reed, despite his defender being well-positioned. The detail? Both passes were down the left side, on routes that require tracking the ball over his shoulder, precisely one of Johnston's biggest flaws last year. Without Mike Williams on the roster and rookie Trey Harris still finding his feet, Johnston is taking center stage in the Chargers offense. And this is crucial, because the Chargers have already sent the message. There's no room for complacency. The arrival of new players and the quest for consistency have made it clear that the time for adaptation is over. Now is the time to produce. Johnston, it seems, has gotten the message and is turning it into action. The connection with Herbert is sharper than ever, and the coaches are beginning to design specific plays to take advantage of his athleticism and explosiveness. He could indeed become the key piece for a rejuvenated and much more vertical offense this season under Jim Harbaugh. And speaking of offensive renewal, if the Chargers' passing game is on fire, the ground game isn't far behind either. And now it promises to be a good fight. The team's backfield has become a veritable chessboard in recent weeks, with pieces moving rapidly and new possibilities emerging constantly. The main news that shook the roster was the unexpected injury of Najee Harris, who suffered a fireworks accident during the 4th of July celebrations. The incident, which caused an eye injury, landed Harris directly on the non-football injury list, raising questions about his immediate future with the team. The good news? Harris is not out for the season, and his recovery is progressing as expected. He could be reactivated at any time, pending medical clearance. But until that happens, the Chargers haven't stood still. The front office acted quickly and efficiently in announcing the signing of Nyheim Hines, a speedy, experienced, and dangerous running back, especially on special teams. Hines, who suffered a serious leg injury in a jet ski accident in 2023, is finally healthy and ready to return to action after 2 years away from the field. It's worth noting that Hines had an unforgettable moment in the NFL. While playing for the Bills, he returned 2 kickoffs for touchdowns in the final week of the regular season against the Patriots, a rarity in the league. He also excelled with the Colts, his former team, with solid rushing and decisive punt returns. Even though he's not in peak physical shape, his resume speaks for itself, and the Chargers expect him to be a solid and reliable presence on the roster while Harris is out. But there's a third element that could change everything in this race. Omarion Hampton, the Chargers' first-round draft pick, the rookie is already receiving the majority of the reps in training camp and has been attracting attention with his physical strength, explosive running, and maturity beyond his years. He's considered the project of the future in the Chargers' running attack, but he could very well become the present if he continues at this pace. Coach Jim Harbaugh's plan is clear. Give Hampton room to shine while Najee recovers, and if he delivers, he could earn the starting job. In other words, when Harris is ready to return, the scenario could be completely different. Hampton on the rise, Hines seeking his place with versatility, and Najee needing to prove he's still the man of the position. The competition is fiercer than ever, and the big question looming is there room for everyone in this revamped backfield? The answer, fans, will be decided in the upcoming practices and preseason games. But one thing is certain. In this new cycle for the Chargers, no one is guaranteed a spot. And if you thought the defense was too relaxed, get ready. A big bombshell is coming from behind the scenes. The Chargers are eyeing a name that could completely change the defensive landscape, and it's no exaggeration to say this move has the potential to put the team among the favorites in the AFC. We're talking about Trey Hendrickson, pass rusher for the Cincinnati Bengals and one of the most dominant players in the NFL in recent years. A true terror for quarterbacks, Hendrickson has put together consistent seasons with impressive numbers and a constant presence among the league's sack leaders. His situation with the Bengals has completely fallen apart. The player is clearly unhappy with the lack of value, and without a contract agreement, everything indicates he's forcing his way out. And that's where the Chargers come into the spotlight as one of the teams best positioned to seize this opportunity. With over $27 million available in cap space, the Los Angeles franchise has plenty of room to put together an aggressive and attractive offer to Cincinnati without jeopardizing the team's financial future. The departure of Joey Bosa, who left for the Bills in free agency, left a significant void in the pass rush. Despite the strong performance of Tuli Tuipulotu, who finished 2024 with 8.5 sacks, no player on the team surpassed the 10-sack mark or reached 20 QB hits. For a team aiming to unseat the Chiefs and dominate the AFC West, this is a critical flaw, and a problem that needs to be addressed immediately. Trey Hendrickson could be the perfect solution, combining explosiveness, game reading, physical strength, and a knack for big plays. He's the kind of athlete who changes the course of a game with a single play. His impact is immediate, his presence intimidating, and his consistency makes any defense more dangerous. Furthermore, there's room to restructure his contract, which would allow the Chargers to add him without major salary cap headaches, keeping the roster strong and competitive for longer. Inside sources indicate that General Manager Joe Ortiz and head coach Jim Harbaugh are carefully analyzing a proposal that could involve a first-round pick in the upcoming draft. The behind-the-scenes reading is simple and straightforward. The roster is assembled, only the final piece is missing, and Hendrickson, without a doubt, could be that deciding factor. With training camp heating up and the Bengals seemingly willing to listen to offers, this could be the Chargers' best chance to make a move and get ahead of the competition. A move of this magnitude would instantly change the defensive landscape and raise expectations for 2025 to another level. Subscribe to our fan channel because the Chargers preseason is hotter than ever. There are players flying on offense, intense competition in the backfield, and now this potentially explosive defensive reinforcement. And as always, you can follow it all here, with exclusive, rich details and the unerring eye of someone who lives the Chargers.